Hey, true believers, ENGLENTINE here, and, well, I'm here to introduce a gentleman named Unranked Chevron, who has been on this channel before on the live streams and as one of the true believer videos. Well, he took it to heart when I said, hey, we should write a letter to DC Comics, and he put it in the comment section, so I was going to do a video of my own on it, and then I saw that he did, and when I mentioned, well, do you mind if I made a video, he says, why don't you just use mine? Sounds like a good idea. Once again, if you like what you see with Unranked Chevron, his contact information, his YouTube channel and all that will be in the description below. So, I hope this also inspires you to write a letter to DC Comics in support of EThan Van Sciver. Either way, kick back, relax, enjoy.
Okay, so this is just going to be a pretty quick video. So the background here is that ENGLENTINE at I Love Comics did a 1-hour rant about the Bleeding Cool article that was essentially a hit piece on artist EThan Van Sciver, who runs the Comics Artist Pro Secret YouTube channel. And towards the end of that, he suggested that we engage in a letter writing campaign that to DC Comics to basically explain our viewpoint and to try to urge them to, in support of EThan Van Sciver, because he has been the subject of a dedicated hit campaign, and it's not fair, and it's not good for us. It's not good for their business. So, I wrote a letter to DC Comics, and I sent it via their contact information on their website, which I'm going to leave the link to that in the description in case you want to do that. And he urged, and I'm going to urge too, that if you do decide to do this, make sure that you're respectful. Make sure that you don't use swear words, don't use politically charged language, don't try to be too offensive or controversial, because remember, this is a large corporation, and they really don't think like that. But they're not going to get that. It's not going to make any impression on them. But if they see a bunch of articulate, well-written letters that explain why why we support EThan Van Sciver, then they'll be more likely to positively respond to it. So I'm just going to read my letter and urge you to not use this as a template, because this is just my thoughts on it. These aren't reflective of anybody else's. These are just my thoughts. But, use this as a sort of, I don't know, a rallying point, inspiration, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, it begins. Oh, by the way, when you fill this form out on the contact webpage, you do have to give a name and you do have to give an email address. I did give my real name and email address, so I guess Warner Brothers has that now, but whatever. It's not that big a deal. So anyway, it begins. Dear DC Entertainment, I have been following a significant amount of online drama surrounding certain controversies with the comic publishing industry at large. One of the major sources of this controversy has been a growing tension between creators and certain parts of the fan base. Many fans have been displeased with trends in the comic publishing industry, and when they express this concern to the creators, their concerns are discounted and often in a manner that's less than professional. In the midst of this controversy, a bright spot has been longtime Green Lantern artist EThan Van Sciver. A person who was known to be rather combative in various online platforms made the decision to be more thoughtful in his exchanges with people. In addition, he started a YouTube channel, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, that acts as a drawing tutorial channel, commentary channel, and, probably most importantly, as a showcase for other artists and writers to give their commentary on their artistic works. This kind of fan outreach on alternative media platforms is the exact kind of thing that the industry at large needs. Before this online controversy, I knew Mr. Van Sciver as being one of the best artists in the industry. Green Lantern Rebirth, Sinestro Corps War, and Flash Rebirth are 3 stories that were known as classics in their time and have endured not only the last decade, but will likely be remembered for many years to come. Listening to his commentary on these stories and many others have been fascinating, as it gave me much more insight into the creative process. It turns out that the artist isn't just a monkey who does only what the writer tells him. Who knew? I know that Mr. Van Sciver has been the subject of some additional controversies as a result of some of his recent actions online. Frankly, as someone who watched all of this fairly closely, these controversies seem to be overblown by bad faith actors. One source of contention is Mr. Van Sciver's association with the divisive Diversity in Comics channel. I am aware that within the industry, the Diversity in Comics channel, run by part-time indie creator Richard C. Meyer, is seen as controversial. I don't pretend to understand all the dynamics involved within the industry. I just know that if it weren't for the Diversity in Comics channel, I wouldn't be regularly buying comics right now, and I wouldn't be making a point to buy a plurality or majority of DC single issues every week. Mr. Van Sciver's channel has gotten me excited about ongoing projects that I may have missed. I bought Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps Volume 4 not that long ago because Mr. Van Sciver made a point to promote it. I am looking forward to more work from Jason Fabok because of his live stream on the Comic Artist for Secret channel. I got much more excited about Metal as a result of Mr. Van Sciver's work on the Dawnbreaker one-shot. And I am making an effort to track down older works that Mr. Van Sciver was a part of, such as Catwoman Way of the Gun and the New 52 Fury of Firestorm. All of this is to say that I'm hoping that if DC Entertainment is considering how to handle the recent controversies that Mr. Van Sciver has found himself involved in, that if they're planning on taking any action, I would hope they would weigh the consideration of his fans against those of outside actors who, as I said, appear to be acting either in bad faith or with an agenda. It would be tremendously unfortunate if an artist were penalized for doing what he could to build a more positive online profile. I hope that whomever reads this will weigh this against any possible cause for some kind of negative consequences for Mr. Van Sciver. Sincerely, a fan. So, I'm just going to end it right here. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you're going to send a letter or not in a similar vein. Like I said, the link will be in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. In any case, this is Unranked Chevron signing off.
So there you go, true believers. A letter to DC written by Unranked Chevron in hopes to inspire others to do the same. Got to thank him for doing that. What do you think? What do you think about a letter writing campaign? What do you think about what Unranked Chevron said? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you like Unranked Chevron's video, go on over to his channel. Subscribe, click like, do all the things, hit the bell for him and everything. Do that here as well. Click like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Also, this is the way we make a living, so if you don't mind heading on over to Patreon, drop $1 into till. Helps keep our lights on, helps keep, making videos for you. That'd be awesome. Like to thank everybody who's already done that. Like to thank everybody who will be writing a letter to DC Comics, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.